Good afternoon, Code Simplifier tribes. Behzad is here from Code Simplifier. I prepared another video series for people who are new to programming languages. And in these video series, we are going to learn about Python. And I prepared this video series for people who have no knowledge in a programming language, especially Python. In this video series, we are going to cover three concepts. The first one is, what is Python and why do I need to learn it? And the second one is, what will I learn after these videos? And the third one is, what is the end of it? To answer to the first question, I should say, it is a high-level language and can do complex tasks. And the second reason is, has a clear syntax. Data scientists are using it, developers such as application and web developer are using it, and the third one is the most favorite one, hackers are using Python. And for the last reason, I hope no one will take it as a wrong. We are not going to learn how to hack. It is good to know how we are using it as an ethical hacker to understand who can break down in the system and how we can prevent these attacks. By end of this video series, you will learn how to read documents and how to convert them into code. Second one you will learn is create a simple password checker. And the third one is create, write, and read a file. And this course is equivalent of a unit in certificate in programming development based on Australian standards. And in our first video, we will learn how to install Python, try a Python code, and install PyCharm community version. The first thing we need to do is download Python onto our system. If you don't have it, all you have to do is just pop up to Google, search for Python download, and you have to make sure you downloaded the Python from the original websites of the Python itself. So here you see the Python org.downloads. Just click on download, and because I've already have the Python on my system, I cannot upload it or install it again. So all you have to do is just download Python, and all you will be set up. You follow the instruction and you will install Python onto your system. Once we downloaded the Python, we don't need it anymore. Just close the file. And the second thing we need to download onto our system is PyCharm community version. All you have to do is same structure, just write down PyCharm community in Google and it will take you to the jetbrains.com. So just go to download PyCharm Python IDE. You will see two versions of the PyCharm. The first one is a professional, so you have to actually pay for it. And the second one is a community version, which is free open source. All you have to just click on download and wait for the PyCharm to come up. If you have any problem with installing it, here it says installation instructions. You can just follow those steps and install the PyCharm. But just I assure you, the installation is super easy and you don't have to be worried about anything. It's just similar to any program you install on your system. So all you have to do is follow the prompts and the PyCharm will be installed on your system. One thing I forgot to mention is, if during the installation of the PyCharm onto your system, if you're facing any issue or you're facing any error, just please make sure you write it down in the comment in links of this video and I will respond to it as soon as I can. But let's say you install the PyCharm without any issue, and this is what you're gonna see. So the environment of the PyCharm is exactly, not 100%, but is pretty much similar to what we've done in Android Studio for writing Kotlin language or creating an Android apps. So it's similar, and this is what we are going to create by end of this video course. If I'm going to show you how it works, basically you just run your program, ask for a password, you're just entering a password, and for every time you enter your password wrong, it gives you error and keep asking you to write your password again and again until you're doing something correct. And if I show you how it works, and here it tells you the password is weak and it shows you how many times you've done it wrong. Then it will record every attempt which is failed when you're writing your password, writing in a file, and this is what it will represent to you. So don't worry, it looks super complicated and you may just don't understand what's going on here. But as I promised from the beginning of this video, I'm going to take you through every step, and every step I'm going to explain to you how everything works and why we write it down in a certain way. So if we are going to recap what we've done, we installed Python onto our system, we download and install PyCharm onto system. And the third thing is we have to just write few codes in Python so you'll understand how the code is working and what is going on around it. So if you're using Windows operation system, just come to your start and write down Python, and you will see the latest version of the Python, which you've downloaded a few seconds ago onto your system. Just click on it, and here is what you will see. So basically it is here where you're writing down your codes in Python. So are you ready to start Python? Let's get into it. So come inside the Windows. Here you'll see that blinks. All you have to do, just follow this step and I'll explain to you what are they. Just write down num1 equals to input, open parenthesis, quotation mark, enter a password, or actually enter a number. Close it down and just enter number 12. And just write down num2, just following the same structure. And here we just write down total equals to num1 plus num2. Sorry, num2, and here we'll write down print total, and you go 122. The first line of code you can see here, which I will highlight it here. Basically, you're creating a variable equals input. That means the machine will accept any entry from the user, like a keyboard. So we just write down an input, and here is the hint. You're throwing the question to the user, what do you want them to do? And once you write down this line of codes and click enter, here the user will enter a number, and they just put 12, or myself I've done. Then you repeated the same structure, and here the purpose of this code is just adding two numbers together. Create another variable, call it a num2 or number 2, creating an input which will ask the user to input their number, and we said enter the second number. Once they enter it, and here you'll say total equals to num1 plus num2. So I made a super silly mistake, and that was you should convert the variables into whatever string you wanted. For example, the previous example, we just wrote input into your number, and the problem with that was whatever the user will insert as a number, it will be stored in a Python memory as a string. That's why the number of didn't add up, they just attached together. But here, instead of the input, we have to just write down int, which it will convert the input into integer, and it will hold as number 12. So for instance, I'll put number 12, and the second number I did exactly the same thing, and I put 12. Then the total will be a number 1 plus number 2, which is a value. Now we converted it into integer. That's why the result will be 24. So that's it. That's how we're writing codes in Python. And I want to assure you, we are not going to use Python pretty much at all during this course, but it is good to understand how it works and what you have to do with it. In the next video, we are going to just start with our codes, how to write documents, and how to start working with a PyCharm. As per usual, if you are new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below if you have any question or you have any idea about these courses. Other than that, I'll see you all next week. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.